Hello YouTube, in this video I was going to go over the optic that I chose for my Mosin Nagant Scout build. This will be replacing the cheap $40 eBay scope that's on there right now. What I decided to go with was a Vortex Crossfire II Scout scope. This is a 2 to 7 power long eye relief scope. I believe the eye relief on it is 9.5 inches, and that's so that you can get the scope out in front of the action to allow you to still use stripper clips, and also it allows you for some, I guess, fast take up, because it's really easy to get up and on target with a scout style scope. I went with this one for a couple of reasons. One was just kind of cost. I know there's better scopes out there, but they're a little pricier, and I'm a firm believer in the philosophy of buy once, cry once, but where this rifle is kind of more of a range toy, and also a lot of the stuff I'm doing to it is just so I can tinker with it, because the end rifle may not be worth the sum of its parts, but learning how to do it is what's important to me. Kind of like paying for your education. Got to pay for this. The other scope I looked at was, I think, a Weaver 2.75 power scope, and I really was set on that scope until I was reading about it and found out the parallax is only, I think, 50 yards. And what parallax is the distance at which everything kind of lines up on the scopes, where you have to, at that distance, you can be a little off at the rear of the scope in your sight picture, and it'll still more or less be on. Anything less than that or over that, and you really need to be right behind the scope, otherwise your shot will start to deviate from where you want to hit at. And this one is at 100 yards, and for what I intend to use this rifle for, I think it's going to be fairly ideal. There are a few spots that I hunt that are fairly heavily wooded, and I'm hoping that this will kind of fit that bill for that, because in the past I've taken my AK with me just with iron sights or my SKS, and that's worked out fine, but I kind of wanted something with a little more thump to it, because you put a 203 grain 7.62x54R out of the barrel of a Nagant, it really isn't going to care if it hits a twig or something on the way to the deer. And with the Scout setup, it'll be really fast on the target, so that's kind of my hope. Without further ado, let's open up the box and see what's in here. Alright, so this has already been opened once when I put the scope rings on it, so there are a few extra parts in here. A warning label, all your packaging. One thing that kind of surprised, it did come with this very large cleaning cloth. I don't know if this comes with all Vortex products or not, but I was kind of impressed by that. Let's see here, we got your manual. This here is actually for the scope rings. I picked up a set of, I believe it was Vortex Hunter or Pro, not the Pro Stars, this is their $45 set of rings. I'm hoping they work out. They're fairly low profile, which is what I was hoping for. Put that out of the way. And I already have the rings on here. They're not tightened up yet, obviously, and I did test these out with my mount. These are the medium height rings, and there is just enough clearance for my setup. If I was running anything that wasn't just a flat pick rail, I'd probably want to go with the high rings, because there is only about a 1/4 inch of clearance between the rail and this adjustment ring right here. So if you're doing something like this, keep that in mind, but I'm pretty sure these will work out pretty well. Comes with just a standard set of scope covers. Again, this is, I didn't want to spend the money on flip up caps for this, because I just don't see them as being necessary for this rifle. The glass clarity on this so far has turned out to be pretty good. At least compared to my old scope, because the old scope is just dim by comparison, which obviously a $150 scope versus a $40 scope, you'll have that. And I guess I don't know what else to say about it. If you have any questions about it, leave them down in the comments, and I'll do a more in-depth review on this once I get it on the rifle and put some shots downrange. If you have any suggestions on things you think I should change, or questions about why I did what I did thus far, please leave them in the comments down below. Otherwise, if you found this video helpful or informative, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.